Greetings, everyone. Hope you are doing well in your given time zone. We are here for some best of 3 Throne of Eldraine. Thank you for that sub. Appreciate that a lot. I also appreciate my sponsor, Card Kingdom. You can check out Card Kingdom via my link down below in the panels. It takes you right to cardkingdom.com from my stream, so they know you're coming there from here, which is important to me. And if great customer service, a wide variety of all the Magic product you could need, and top-notch delivery and packaging is important to you, you're going to want to check out Card Kingdom the next time you're thinking of a physical Magic purchase. And you know they're going to take care of you. I love that the Card Kingdom, they are my favorite physical game store and digital game store. And of course, can't not mention the buy list. The buy list is... I'm going to be submitting a buy list order myself coming up. I have a list of cards. For those of you who don't know, I sell Magic cards too. I'm no Card Kingdom, but I have a little operation where I'm selling some singles and some sealed product here and there myself. But Card Kingdom makes it interesting for me because so often their buy prices are so good, I just skip being a retailer and I just switch to being a wholesaler for Card Kingdom because their buy prices are so good that there are certain cards where it's like I might as well just sell these to Card Kingdom instead of taking all the middle folk hit that I take to sell a card to somebody else out in the wild. So I'm actually gonna be walking the walk and talking the talk when I sell to Card Kingdom myself later this week, because I have a bunch of stuff that their prices are so good on that I'm just going to take advantage of it. So thank you, Card Kingdom. Check them out. We are going to jump in here now. Clackbridge Troll is a straight bomb. This is an account where we do not have to rare draft. We're not trying to collection build here. And in fact, what we can do is like look at, like we have, this is a good account actually to show this technique because truly the only purpose of this account, in fact, let me make sure it's all right down here. Let me switch this stuff. The only purpose of this secondary free-to-play account is to play limited. We don't care about collection building. We don't care about the strength of our constructed decks. So therefore, the only purpose wildcards serve for us is to convert to gems so that we can play more limited on this account. And this allows me to do something I've done many times in the stream, but not often on the main account anymore because it doesn't really help there for what the goals of that account are now. But for this one, it's perfect. So we have 2 Clackbridge Trolls already. So what we can do is we're going to take this troll, and then before we finish the draft, we're going to leave and we're going to go craft up 2 more copies of it. So we have 4 total copies, and then we'll get gems out of it at the end of the draft. Even though we don't have 4X, we're never going to have 4X of rares in this set. You can still convert these into gems for an account that only cares about gems. So what are we passing, though? Steelclaw Lance is good. Grumgully is really good in this meta. The bots are generous enough with red, no pun intended there, that you can generally get a nice green-red deck in a way that I feel like you couldn't before. Trapped in a Tower, also nice, because white is available as well. But slam the troll, and let's see what else we're going to do. What we want to do is find the Hushbringer so that we can Clackbridge Troll without giving them any creatures. Any tokens. Well, the rare's out of this pack, so we don't really have any signals from the bots, but we have a Rimrock Knight as a strong pick, but might even wheel, because that's the nature of the bots and red right now. Run away together. I just don't take blue early, because it tends to dry up so quickly right now. I guess it is just a Rimrock, or it's a Shepherd. This is a pretty weak pack. I don't really like anything here. Given the current meta. But yeah, I guess we'll take a Rimrock. It's the best card. I just try to wheel this card when I can. I mean, I think part of the strength of leaning red in the format right now is that you can play to some wheeling. I think you're right, Craig. That's what I've been saying. Like, Unexplained Vision is a fine card, but I've kind of drifted towards not seeing blue cards because they tend to be so unsupported in terms of openness. The bots just don't leave them open. Again, like Bargain is, quote, good, but it's good because it comes pick 13th. That's what makes Bargain good in this environment right now. It has a good effect, but it's when you can get it. So I think we take Trapped in a Tower. You can take all that glitters and potentially try and build around this. You know me, I don't like the all-in strikeout home run nature of auras. However, when built around, this is a very powerful effect. You know, when you're saying, you know, +5/+5 for 2 mana, that's risk worth, that's reward worth the risk. But I don't know if I want to take it here and build around it. Scott asks, do you know if WotC watches streams like yours for ideas on what the public thinks of Arena? I am part of the conversation, I'm sure. Depends on what any given person in the building gets exposed to. I mean, Wizards throws me up on their, hosts me on their channel sometimes, and that means that I'm up. I always, whenever Wizards host my stream, I always say hello to my former colleagues because I know that means they put me up on their monitors, because if the corporate monitors aren't being used to convey something like a meeting schedule or something, they'll just show whatever is on the Magic Twitch channel. So I know that I know people in the building see my stream because they host me, but what impact does it have depends on who hears it and what they think of it, you know? They know. I believe that my rants have been heard by various people. I'm going to take Trapped in a Tower here. We know it has problems as a removal spell, but it's still strong enough to take here. Let's move along. Well, this is a pretty late stage. Maybe blue. Maybe we actually take a blue card here. It just never works out, though. I'd rather just take an egg, like, and have some random, like, this is going to be playable at least. Yeah, white and red tend to be the two colors I get forced into, and here we are. But am I forcing myself into them? I don't know. Is it a self-fulfilling prophecy? Like, I'm leaning, like, because if I were drafting against humans, I would snap this Sage right now. But because I'm drafting on Arena, I'm feeling like it's not going to pay off if I draft this Sage. Still, the opportunity cost is basically a golden egg and a merchant, so we could take it and see what's going on. 30-pound Knight brings up the second Paladin in a row, but I don't know what you mean by that, Knight. I don't consider this an important card in the format at all. I expect both of them to wheel and for me to not take either. Even I guess if we end up in black, we might, but like this, I'm not looking to be heavy black, and I'm not even, I won't marry this troll over some Paladins. You know, I'm not going to take Paladins just because we have a troll. I will take the Sage. Let's, this is me kind of going against bot nature. The bots have really pressed me to dodge blue, but if we take Sage here and then we get like a Charmed Sleep or a So Tiny or something next pick, okay. Yeah, the egg's flexible. That's what we take if we didn't take blue. And this may be correct, but I'm gonna try and draft for reals here and take the fourth color out of 4 picks and actually find what's open. Well, really interesting pick because Mad Ratter goes with the Sage of Falls quite well. In fact, Thrill, if it wheeled, would also, but there's a Drown in the Lock, which is just straight up good for blue-black if we end up with these two. Yeah, and Guide Mother says, stop pretending you're going to end up blue, Ryan, and just lean into the white. Yeah, we can pull it. Let's pull Mad Mom and Drown, or Mad Mom and Lock. How about that? Let's see. Pull 20, Mad, Lock, and Mom. Take anything but Mom. You're saying we are going to try and be blue, which has been very sketchy. But we could still take. We took one step towards it. We can take another step towards it and then see how it goes. Nobody wants Drown, but there's a pretty big split between Guide Mother and Mad Ratter. Interesting. Which one do you think is the kid pick and which one is the grown-up pick, Smock? And which are you? That's the thing. Ratter's not that great anyway. I mean, we got beat by rats yesterday, but it was a pretty unusual situation. All right. You've given me the tie-breaking power. I'll take Guide Mother. Oh, man. A second drown. If we'd gone drown, that actually would be pretty good right now. Well, we can grab a black card here and keep Clackbridge hopes alive. Seems like that's the best pick. Also, this doesn't mean we're white either. We're still just trying to figure out where we're at. Reaper has fallen, in my estimation, in the current meta. Where's Hat? You know, to tip mine to him in the sense that as the meta shifts, this card does have a value shift to me, and you can still pick off the last couple of cards in an aggro deck's hand, and it's not the worst. But if Oppo is gone, aggro card on 1, aggro card on 2, aggro card on 3, 2 aggro cards on 4, and then you pick off on your 4th turn, you pick off the rest of their hand, you're probably already dead. So Lost Legion could be the pick instead. It's more oppressive in terms of its demands on black. Like the one black is a serious ask. It's saying, no, you're main black. But Troll wants black anyway. So if we do end up in black, we do want to be heavy black anyway, make sure we get our trolls out on time. So actually, I think, well, I don't know. We don't know what we're doing. That's the thing. It's just because we take Lost Legion doesn't mean we're like black-white running Guide Mother trapped and etc. I guess Reaper is a little easier on the casting, but you can see my concern, right? Like on the draw against aggro, this is a bad card. Yeah, we can take Drown too. Actually, yeah, maybe I'll do that. Look, I don't love either of these picks in this situation, so I'm going to take Drown. Maybe black, blue does end up getting there for us. And the opportunity cost on the Drown here is just these two, and that's not a big deal. So I'm going to do that. I still don't think we're going to end up blue, but I think it was a fine option to explore that there. Here, we're just going to take a Shepherd. Decent pick at this point in the draft. But we're definitely being pulled in some different directions here and have to settle into something. There's a golden egg that can kind of be played in anything, but I suppose we might even want just a prized griffin to, because we're spread pretty thin here. Obviously, we're not playing all these. Yeah, white seems its usual open self, and if we are in white, like golden egg again just doesn't helps the foxes fly or whatever. Egg hedges for a pack 2 or 3 bomb in terms of like splashing it. Like sure, like if we opened Garrick or something, we'd be happy to have an egg, but we're also stretching our playables because we can't play all of these. So I'm going to actually take Prized Griffin here. It's the safer pick given our low density in overall playables, given that we don't know. I don't know what combo of cards we're going to play, but we don't have a great spread right now. Treefolk might be the best card in this pack, and it's the 5th color. So I don't see taking Treefolk, which probably means Raider or Paladin. I think I just take Paladin here. This has actually been pretty decent on the ground as a 2/5 or a 3/6 for 4 mana. And we are pretty heavy white, so maybe we lean into the white as heavy as we can here. Because certainly one thing that's been clear is that there's been white in all the packs. So let's take the white card. It's kind of a late rider. It's been a couple of good green picks back to back now, but it feels too late. Is it too late to be white-green? Yeah, probably just want another Paladin. I don't love mono white, which kind of looks where we're headed a little bit. But I don't like anything else in this pack, so okay. And here we'll take the ritual. And maybe if we're mono white, we are so desperate for playables, we run a princess or two. TLK. Order of Midnight over Gadwick here. Keeper is nice, but Order gives us a second card to get this Clackbridge in our deck. So I'm going to do that. Try to wheel that Squire. Well, I guess if we're heavy / mono white, we can grab a Linden, but if we're going to play black, we should just take the Reeve Soul. So, Clackbridge, Troll, and Order, is that enough to take the Reeve Soul, or should we take the mono white rare? Here, I'll pull this one. Queen or Reeve? Don't need to rare draft. This is our secondary account in which we're not collection building or rare drafting in any relevant way. Very narrow. 16, 13. Queen won't wheel. The rares rarely wheel, which I think is quite correct. Like, rares don't wheel in paper. I don't know why we'd expect them to wheel here. Well, I think people are excited at the idea of actually having a spot where she's not meh. I mean, if you're mono, if Linden the Steadfast Queen said 3 generic mana for a 3/3 vigilance, and whenever a creature you control attacks, gain 1 life, you would think that's pretty darn good, right? It's only the white nature of it that makes it meh. But I do think Clackbridge is even better. A Hengewalker that has vigilance and incidental life gain is significantly better. Come on. I think, David, you're underrating both vigilance and incidental life gain. I'm not saying I hear what you're saying, but the point is, in a mono deck, you're pretty happy to play Hengewalkers too. And also, this doesn't get destroyed by artifact removal. So anyway, I'm going to go with the Reeve Soul. I'm on the Reeve Soul side. I think I want to play the Clackbridge, Troll, and Order are strong. Let's try and play these. Putting them in, Smock Gray is talking about putting them in the arena, as we like to say. Do you ever compare cards directly for picks like this? For example, if I have a Reeve in hand, I can kill a queen, so I might as well just take the Reeve. That's not a serious comparison point. It's one, I like to look at them as they're different lenses we can hold up, right? That's a lens you can hold up and look at the pick through, but just know that you're holding a lens up, and then it's just a different lens you're holding up. All right, so yeah, we're leaning White Black Knights. Let's kind of commit to that visually here so we understand where we're at. I don't think we're playing these. Let's get rid of the princesses so we understand our curve as well. I think I'm going to get rid of one of these. For 2 colors, I don't want a bunch of paladins. I'm not going to take the barge in. We're going to lean in towards this black-white direction. We could still take the owl and keep mono white as a path open too, though. Excuse me. But if we're black-white, yeah, it is going to be pretty knight heavy, and we should just take up the Swordmaster, try and wheel the Forever Young or the dummy. Trebuchet for the wrong color of knight deck, and keep getting cards that could plausibly be played in mono white. We could have we have a Trapped in the Tower. On some level, we need, like, Trapped in the Tower is not amazing, but maybe it was the pick there still. Pugs on Chairs, why do you, like, we can talk, yes, that's a barge in. They wheel, man. That's why that's what I was saying. The reason, like, barge in is, quote, good is not because it's an amazing spell in the abstract, but because it does a really good job in the aggro red decks, and it goes super, super late. So I don't know why you're smacking your forehead over barge ins in packs when we have a Rimrock Knight. Like, what do you want to... You want me to take... it's a barge in signal. We gotta get this Rimrock Knight in and switch to red. Come on. Let the barge ins go. What are we taking here? Ginger Brute or Ranger? I still want to really play these black cards, but I think we take Ranger. We might wheel... we're likely to wheel the Brute. I think it's gone up in bot pick orders. But there's really only 2 cards in the pack for us anyway, the Ranger and the Brute, and I think we wheel this, so I'm going to take Ranger. Probably not play it. We're only playing Ranger if we end up truly mono white. Here we have Tactician versus Pathlighter. Interesting one, because we do have some significant adventure creatures. Let's check that out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably not playing this right now, but so let's say 4. Like, I don't think this is... I could go mono white, we could. 4 or 5, depending on where we end up. So is that enough to trump the obvious power, raw power of the Tactician? I'll pull it. I think this is close enough that I'm curious where chat is at. We are talking about Path or Tact. Long shot that we wheel Swordmaster, but probably not. Probably Squire and Frogify out of this pack. Squire and Eye Collector are the 2 worst cards here. Heavy support for Tactician. All right, chat. I will follow you. Scaldron seems solid. Broom also has proven its worth, question mark. Like, it's the floor of a 2/1 for 2 is below replacement, but not far below replacement. You know what I mean? It does the job of being 2 power at 2 mana. I mean, fundamentally, that's what these curve fillers are for, is to be 2 power at 2 mana. And then sometimes you get an engine going, although nothing about what we're doing is particularly engine oriented. So I think we just take Scaldron here. Now, that's the thing. We don't have any sacrifice yet. And if you're not actively fooding or doing stuff to create sacrifice opportunities, then it really is just a 2/1. So let's take Scaldron. Yeah, we take Fruit as well. That's a reasonable suggestion as well. But I think I just like the generic cheap removal spell. Nice Swordmaster and Guide Mother. But I think we are whiter than we are black, so let's take Guide Mother here. Last fresh pack from the second pack, we have a Ginger Brute. We have 1 ritual already, so maybe we don't need another one of these. We have basically one of everything but the Ginger Brute. Maybe we just want Ginger Brute with the 2 Guide Mothers so that we can turn 1 Ginger Brute, turn 2 Guide Mother launch. I don't know if we want another Griff. We have 2 5s and another pack to go. I don't think I want a 5-drop here. I think we want Ginger Brute or another Scaldron. And I'm going to go with Brute. We have 1 ritual already. Maybe we'll get more. And I think Brute is more directly heading towards the path we're on. Squire did wheel. That's great. Love Squire. Perfect little adventure spell. I'll take another Paladin in case we abandon black, because again, the black hasn't exactly been flowing either. Oh, Fling, what was I thinking? Oh, Eye Collector was missing. So yeah, there's enough bots in black that we can't even wheel an Eye Collector out of this pack, so... Oh yeah, Squire over Unicorn every time. Unicorn often doesn't make the cut, whereas I'll play up to like 3 Squires. I don't think so. Given that we were light black, fruit drops off a lot for me. Well, we take Doom Foretold. We're not exactly abusing it. We could just take Trapped in a Tower or Bog Naughty instead. If we take Doom Foretold, what are we sacking to it? Like, the idea of abusing this card is that you get eggs, and really that's all you can get. You know, you get a bunch of eggs, and then Doom Foretold does some work for you. I don't think it does. I want to make it work, but we just don't have anything to make it good. At the current... Yeah, Banner is a consideration if you think we might be mono, but I think we should just take Trapped into a Tower. Doom Foretold is met unless you're building around it, and we have not built towards it, so... Yeah, we don't have enough food for Bog, so that just narrows it down to basically Banner or Trapped, and I don't like Banner unless it's mono, so I'm going to take Trapped. Radar likes Bog Naughty. That's fair, but it's just Bog Naughty is effectively, for us, a 3/3 flyer for 5 that sometimes chucks a Brute, unless we find some serious food production between now and the end of the draft, and that doesn't seem super likely. Like, we're not going to prioritize that or anything. This is a garbagey pack for us. I mean, we can take a Noble, but we're trying to be lighter black. And although, you know, he got Order and Smitten and Reeve, you know, we're going to have to play enough black that we might as well just take the Noble here. And yeah, for those lamenting red, well, you know, that's why you can just force red if you want, and be pretty sure you'll end up with a nice playable deck. Ours is decent, though, too. I'm liking how ours is coming together. We get to pick up a Reeve Soul here over a Flutterfox that's likely to wheel with what we've seen with the bots and white so far in this draft. Rally for the Throne has been seeing more play as white has been pushed, and cards like Silver Flame and aggro white are more effective strategies, but we're going to just take another... Yeah, we're going to trap everything in the towers. All the tower trapping. So, like, here's an opportunity for a unicorn, but I just want the Forever Young. Assuming we have enough creatures. Like, what's our creature count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... I'll say 11, 12. I'll say 11 out of these 3. 12, 13. Yeah, we're doing okay on creatures. What is the witches? Oh, the maybe I obviously hard to know that you're going to get an Improbable Alliance pack 3 pick 5, but really tough to go after their blue-red deck because of that, because you don't know if it's going to have come together until it's too late to have taken advantage of it. Yeah, that's true. I guess we can take a unicorn here. I don't like generally playing it, but we might wheel the Forever Young. Might wheel the unicorn, though. And really, Squire's a 3-drop, for one thing. But you're right, we could use some more. Also, Fairy Guide Mother on white is kind of a 3-drop if you can get your 2s out. So you can kind of look at it this way too. And yeah, I'm going to take Forever Young. We have a Clackbridge Troll we're going to run. Let's get rid of... I don't think we're playing the Ranger, especially given that we're playing black. So I'm going to take Forever Young. If we wheel the Unicorn, fine. But I don't care all that much. Yeah, here we go. Love me a Squire instead. Squire is the 3-drop we're looking for. Really on alert. Sure. I mean, maybe this is too many? You just want a Jousting Dummy at this point? Or a generic 3? I guess... Yeah, we'll still take it. I'm still going to take it and play it. And now, we got to pick 8 Forever Young. So if I'd known that, maybe I'd take the go back and take the Unicorn. But not knowing, I think it was safe to take the 1 Forever Young. I'm going to take a second Noble here over second Young, though. Oh, well, there you go. And we got our Unicorn, too. Another ritual we can consider. Not going to consider that Princess. Grange we could consider. Knight of the Keep we can consider. Bartered Cow. Oh, I forgot to leave and craft up. But if you remember what I was saying, you can totally do that with your accounts that you're only using to play limited on, like this one. All right, so we got 6 cuts. We are 1811 right now. Yeah, I forgot to craft Troll, but the main thing is to convey the lesson. It is not super relevant whether we do it on any given time or not. So we talk about the Unicorn being here. We cut a Paladin for sure. Well, what Knight synergies do we even have? Any? Smitten Swordmaster is it. So Knights really don't matter as a concern, so I think we can just cut the Jousting Dummy. Didn't get the Fox. Yeah, let's cut 1 Ritual. Good call there. That's 1610. Maybe we cut the other Paladin. Usually you find something good with this. In best of 3, do you main deck a TLK? You can. Depends on over what Year of Glad. Oh yeah, this is best of 3, right? I forgot. Yeah, we can. It's fine to main deck it, but yeah, it's fine to board it too, since we're best of 3. And yeah, we can cut a tower, bring that in when we know for sure they're really good. Now, you could argue this is a 16 lander. We only have our top end is a couple of 5s. Could even just cut the Grange. You know, do this. Like, we're mostly down here. A good rule of thumb about whether to do 16 or not is whether you can, whether your deck can function successfully for a bit on 3 mana. Like, if you get stuck on 3, are you just screwed? And the answer is no, we're not. Like, we operate on 3 pretty well, especially once again if you consider Silver Flames a 3. So yeah, I think we can do this, and it's not the worst. It's justifiable. I like It's a Trap. That's a good name because it doesn't necessarily imply trapped in a tower, since trap is a term people use in Magic all the time to describe given cards. So that's a good, clever, but obscured name. I like it. Squires are pseudo 5-drops, but not in a way that precludes you from running 16 because you are running too many 5s, right? Since you can split it up, it's not like it doesn't impact my 16 versus 17 decision in the same way. The volume of adventures can. That's a good point. Like I've pointed out before that if you do like, and Mike was kind of saying the same thing, if you consider adventure creatures by their total combined cost, you end up getting it would look more like this. But it's not necessarily a fair comparison because obviously you don't cast them just for their for both at the same time every time. But it's worth doing in my mind just to remind ourselves of, yes, in terms of potential mana consumption, our deck looks more like this, which is way a 17 lander. But because you can chop it up, although the Knight of the Keep is like we can cut Knight of the Keep and add a land. But yeah, that's the thing. I don't think we're 16-8. We could cut a Knight of the Keep and add a land. Let's start it here and see. And we're gonna see how mana hungry it feels. Like, are we constantly wishing we had more land because we have all this adventure stuff? Well, right now we're even. If you're suggesting 9-7, I don't like 9-7 when we have Tactician as a white spell and 2 Malevolent Nobles as 2-drops we would like to play on time. So Croker wants the dummy over the brute. That's interesting as well. But I kind of like having a 1-drop, so I'm going to keep it in as is. But I see what you're saying. Let's start here, come back, and reconsider during sideboarding anyway. I have not seen the full art Theros lands, no. Thanks, Mama. Eduardo, the eggs are currently in the bot's drafted card pools. I still don't think you can put a basic land in your sideboard, no. Nobody playing traditional Eldraine today, apparently. Long queue time for us, especially for a format that's not rank-based in its matchmaking. There's got to be somebody else out there who's 0-0. Oh, yeah, maybe I did see those. I kind of, not that this was my idea or anything, but that was I presented an idea to Rosewater at one point for, like, that I thought a cool Magic basic land would be something more like a Pokemon land with just a full art land, except the mana symbol was front and center, which is an important communication to newer players too. Well, nothing to do on 2 yet, but we're going to keep this because we can at least go Tactician on 3 and 1 Swamp when we get our bomb out. So I'm going to keep this. There's our Swamp. Now let's find a 2-drop, huh? 2-drop? Anybody? 2-drop? Hey, 2-drop. Clean living. With that Steel Claw, there is no chance that they block with the red cap, so we're going to just attack. But there's also no chance we block because they're going to equip up their red cap. That's pretty rough. This is going to be a beating. It's going to hit us for 6 next turn, but we could save the swoop to like hold off the red cap for a turn. But I would rather just rather than spend a turn Because let's say we do that. We spend a turn, they equip, and we spend a turn tapping it down. But then we untap, and then we just play the Tactician. I guess we could do it because we currently don't have anything to do on 4. Maybe that's the reason to do it. But the reason to just run out of 2/3 is that we get to start attacking with it. That being said, it prevents 6. So this being a 6-point swing play might be worth it. So, okay. If we had something to do on 4, I would not, though. Like, if we had a clear 4 drop we wanted to do, I would just run out the 2/3. But since we don't have anything to do on 4 currently anyway, we might as well let them equip that red cap and then spend 2 to get it tapped. Yeah, Hasty Guy was another possibility here. And with red-black, we're going to bring in all of our Trapped into Towers. Oh, hello. Well, we could just reave it now. But they also might have something like Rimrock or, yeah, I guess Bargain wouldn't matter. But if they had Rimrock, it would suck to send Reeve Soul into it. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Noble, play the Tactician, and probably even take a couple of attacks from the red cap unless it gets way out of hand. But I'm going to look for a window where they're tapped out to reeve it. So that's what I'm going to do. Some support to reeve it, just reeve it right now. But I have enough fear of Rimrock, given how little regard the bots have for them and how many people seem to have of it. Now I think Rimrock is pretty unlikely, because we were tapped out low enough that if they had Rimrock Knight, they would have used it for significant extra damage right there. And drawing a 3-drop means we can reeve and still play a Knight. So we will do that and have 1 Sandbag Plains so that if they hit us with the Reaper, we can at least save the Clackbridge. But let's see if this reeve works out. Yeah, we can attack first. That's a good point. Kruzica, let's make them show what they've got. Maybe they've got some removal they're going to use on the Noble. One of the reasons not to is if they do something to mess up our Reeve play, we'd have something to block with, but we can play the Knight as a chump in that case. Oh yeah, Troll Squire is interesting. I didn't really think about that either, David Vero, but maybe that'll happen. David is pointing out that if you have Squire, in response to Oppo choosing to sacrifice a goat or whatever to tap the Troll, you can use the Squire to untap the Troll and get in for a 10-10 Trample Haste. Hey Nantuko, look at that. Look at that crown. Look at that 12-month subscriber badge. All right, look at that too. By finding a window to reeve, we actually end up getting to Clackbridge after. Not that Clackbridge could take this out, but I guess it doesn't matter. Clackbridge survives that anyway. Yeah, let's. Oppo in the Shatter Paws. Yeah, we could have led with Griffin if we wanted to play around Bacon to a Pie. We'll see. I guess no bake, because they wouldn't have allowed this to even happen once if they had bake into a pie. Or maybe they do and they just screwed up and let this happen once. Cool. That's a good point. I guess if they had bake, they could just let me attack. Well, if they're equipping goats with steel claw lances, that's got to be good for us. I don't think there's anything Oppo can do with 2 red, 1 black mana against a Clackbridge in this format. Switch the lance. Well, that looks nice too. Let's go to combat. Well, let's launch the Noble, I guess. Figure they're gonna tap the Troll. We can launch the Noble. I guess we launch the Noble. We can't do Prize Griffin. No, we can launch the Noble and Prize Griffin, so let's do that. Oh, Epic Downfall is a good call on Clackbridge. The red cap spell doesn't do anything, though, does it? That means an 8/8. Turns about talking about troll removal, right? All right, Nantuko. How about we'll just go right next to our neighbor and bring a little Popeye into the mix. Here's your new corner box. A little Popeye action. Or we can have the it's all just Brutus and Popeye fighting over olive oil all the time. Oh man, that's good. Well, okay, hold on. Now Link got moved back. Fine. The cha-cha-cha. All right, we have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Ritual is 4, Guide Mother's 5, Gingerbrute is 6. So we could go Guide Mother, Gingerbrute, Ritual, activate Gingerbrute. That seems good. Not yet, Nantuko. I just regret... Oh, shoot. I let auto-tap mess with me. That's too bad. It's all right, though. The Vigilance was nice to have, but is not going to significantly alter the impact of this play, given that we're at 15. They are somewhat collectible, yes. And here's a little backstory on these. The real problem with the boxed in option is the tools that Twitch has given me to throttle it. Like, that's the thing. People just run it out of stock really quick. And what I'd like to do is put a cap on all viewers that you get one boxed in, like, per stream. One boxed in per stream, and then full stop. And then we're going to bring in the other trap, right? There's no reason not to bring in a trapped. How about anything for, oh yeah, I guess we could bring in TLK for that equipment. We didn't see anything else though. But we could do this, cut like a Knight of the Keep, and even cut a Forever Young. Let's just no, I like the noble. I like having the creatures at 15 if we're gonna run this Silver Flame especially. I still like the brute. We can still out aggro them. We are on the draw. That's a reasonable point. I can make new rules for boxed in, like when a box gets moved, it can't move out of that spot for the day. You know, I just need to. This is game design, folks. You put a rule set, you see how the players abuse it, and then you adjust your system to account for the abuse. All right, I'm gonna just go with it. But I'm not going to introduce rules on the fly. I'll think about that tonight, and we'll do it.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Easy mulligan here, though. And frankly, an easy keep here. It's a lot of towers. Do we want all the towers? I guess we just have to ship one of the towers so that we have some presence on board. You want the full? Anybody want to get rid of one of the creatures? I think we got to keep both our creatures. Because we can go Shepherd on 2 as a 3/1 and then back it up with a on alert on 3. Yeah, I could increase the cost of stuff too, but it still wouldn't self-regulate because people, their system needs work is what I'll say. All right, we're gonna shepherd it. I don't understand the link hate. I understand link ambivalence. I don't understand the link hate. Ugh. Our plan was contingent on finding a third land, which we're not here. So what are we doing about this? Probably trapping stuff in a tower now. And I suppose we take trap sword masters. Not great, but don't know what else to do right now. Takes all the attention away? What do you mean? Like as a character, or you think that Link lunchbox is specifically bad for this stream? I don't know. All right. See, I've been trying to not trade the flock off so that we can use the squire to get out of our mulligan a little bit. It's identical. There's no alt art Link. I don't think that's true, Dionysus. You've been very good about that lately, though. I appreciate it. Yeah, sorry, we'll trap the other one. I don't know. I'm just kind of floundering here a little bit, to be honest. Really trying to find a land to be able to use this on alert. If we can eat a creature with on alert, then I like our chances of emerging out of this a little better. That would be hilarious. I need, you know, 20 Link boxes, and we just have all Link. All right. Well, now at least, like before I didn't have a clean kind of bluff attack, but now we can send in the Shepherd and leave back our Squire trick, try to take out the Shield Breaker. Might not work, but given the situation in this game, both of us are struggling to find land a little bit. We mulliganed. We're gonna go for it here when they attack and try to eat ourselves a Shield Breaker. But we'll see how it works out. They got a fistful of spells. Crossing fingers, trying to take some risks to win a Magic game. If we get blown out, we at least understood that we were taking risks to try and mitigate our color screw, our mana screw, and our mulligan. So there's a lot of things we're trying to mitigate, so we're taking more risk. All right, they had the fire. We'll keep going here, but that hurt. Let's go Cauldron and actually just make a Night token. Certainly not going to scoop over that, but yeah, I don't know if they were... I feel like some people do that because they think they're going to make us mad or something. I don't know. Some people slow roll because they're problematic humans, but I'm not saying that's what Oppo was doing, but sometimes that's what it's about. Yeah, we'll trade here. Now we're kind of trading off, trying to eventually order stuff back anyway. Yeah, they could have been moving lunchboxes around. Well played. The two people most likely to influence a decision around human bots would be Jay Parker and Chris Ko. So, we can Scaldron and Order. That would be a thing we could do. What would we be getting back, though? I don't know if we'd be getting back anything good there. We could just go Lonesome Unicorn, but I kind of want to use black mana now that we have it. Maybe I'll do Noble and save Cauldron. And then we can decide what to order. Maybe I'm hoping like we get a better creature. Like maybe eventually the unicorn dies and we get that back just because they make bigger things. Yeah, I like that play. That's a good idea. Let's get the fancy play syndrome being suggested is we go get Shepherd of the Flock with Order. We play Order out. We use Shepherd to bounce Order, get something else, and then play both Order and Shepherd again. A little bit of a grind, but if we have the time, we can do it. No, that's not the way it works. We need to actually activate the Malevolent Noble to get that counter. Simply sacrificing something doesn't put a counter on it. And using the Noble to sacrifice this Cauldron won't deal 3 damage. So you got to choose 3 damage or a counter on Noble, but you don't get both. Correct. Black-Red does not have enchantment destruction in their scheme, basically. All right, well, they get our Noble. It can't do much, but we're gonna let this hit and then Cauldron it. Unfortunately, that means the Ginger Brute is actually more problematic because now the Ginger Brute is a real threat. But we're gonna let the dragon land and then fire off and kill it in response. Yeah, it can't attack you. It just becomes a... but it can't block. You know, they steal it. Okay, Brute blocks Brute. That's reasonable. And we can start on the plan of Ginger Brute. Yeah, I gotta watch out for Pump on theirs. But I like this plan. I'm gonna say no attacks. We are gonna leave back our Brute to try and trade with theirs. I like your narrative around the game mechanics that just occurred there, Neuro. Why did I keep Noble back? Great question. No good reason. I was thinking about other plays, thinking about all the other stuff we were doing, almost kind of glanced at a clogged board and dismissed it as a possible attacker, but that was a mistake. Should have attacked with the Noble for sure. Also, like 921, you could make a haste argument, but I don't think it's a good one. Maybe it's not for sure. Like, I should have at least considered attacking is the right way to put it. There's enough haste in red that you could make an argument at 9 life not to risk it, but I should have thought that through and not just completely glossed over it. Yeah, Nizumi is pointing out what I'm just talking about. Where we're at, their turn. Okay. Another trapped in the tower. Probably use that on the red cap, but we don't need to do that yet. We can go Order of Midnight. Well, we could, and then save this, because we could trap this in the tower, and then at end of turn... Question is, do we want to attack with Order before we do this bouncing stuff? I do like that move, though. I think we should go for that value. Well, that's one reason to save the trapped is that if Brute versus Brute doesn't work out, we have a plan. But this red cap is real, and I think trapping it does make some sense. But we can see what they do first, I think. We can save our stuff, and actually with Noble out, makes this attack. I'm happy to trade for the red cap for Noble if they want. Although maybe we need to threaten it on D. Yeah, I don't know. I think we might just need to tower the red cap. I'm going to do it. They haven't behaved in a way that suggests Rimrock to me. If Order could block, we would absolutely do that, but Order can't block, unfortunately. All right, well, was going to use the Shepherd for the Order trick, but I think Ginger Brute versus Ginger Brute is too important not to save our Brute. TLK gives us a different plan for our friend the Brute, and we can TLK and play our own Brute, so let's do that. And I'll do it before combat. See if... Well, no, let's attack first. Nah, I don't think it really matters, but I'm gonna do this first to see if they have any response or anything. We still might. I haven't gone to attackers yet. Can't sack it. Need to tap it. All right, that should be pretty good. Griffin come down and rule the skies. Again, at 8 mana, we could... This is where I'll actually think about it this time, but, like, there is a justification for leaving the Noble back, and that is that an attacking 5/2 haste would be pretty bad news for us, but it would not be lethal, so... And we want to get him dead quick, so I'm going to risk it here. Any other big haste stuff we might be worried about? We can take one Paladin hit at 5/2 if we need to. One reason to do it on our turn, frankly, is that we draw a card. What I should have done is not tap the... or left a Plains up in case we drew a Guide Mother that we wanted to cast, but... yeah, I suppose we could have tried to bait out a Barge in or something like that on their turn. That's a reasonable point. I'm gonna run this out, though. Now Order can't attack through a Trebuchet, and Trebuchet is kind of bad for us, but we can at least get Prize Griffin down. 6 mana, can't do anything else, so we'll go Prize Griffin, Ginger Brute attack. Yucky. It's gonna make it awfully hard for us to win before the Trebuchet hits us 5 times. Here we have, what can we do to get that done? 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5. So we can play Shepherd, Tactician, and Hasty Brute. Yeah, eventually we may need to eat the brute, but not yet. Let's say they have a knight. We go to 4, they untap, go to 3, they play the knight, and we're a virtual 2. So we don't need to eat food this turn. Even if they have 2 knights, we only go to 1. Forever Young kills us. Well, that's not play around. I mean, we had to attack though. I feel like, yeah, we're taking some risks, but at some point we have to do some damage or we're just going to lose. And I am attacking with the order knowing that it gets blocked by Trebuchet, but as someone pointed out, might as well make him do it. Well, Clackbridge Troll is quite a non-bow with all these trapped into towers, I gotta say. Still good, it's gonna gain us life, etc. But acknowledging that Troll is a bit of a non-bow with our 4x 4x towers. But yes, happy to get the life and gonna do it. Yeah, that's how good the Clackbridge is, though. Even though it's a non-bow with our towers, it's still excellent. As just an enchantment that says draw 1, gain 1 every turn for a little bit. And if they want to use the extra blockers, that's fine. Can't really eat the food, though. Might as well attack like this. Can we just leave everything back? What? We can't leave that. We need to threaten the raiders with the shepherd. So it's an opposite of combo. A combo is 2 cards that work great together. A non-bow is 2 cards that are ostensibly powerful but actually work terribly together. Oh yeah, sure. Full control brute activation. Answering that question. Like a classic, you can't really play it non-bow would be trapped in a tower plus a spell that says target opponent sacrifices a creature. Like that's the classic non-bow because they just sacrifice the thing you've already used removal on. Deck health, like 1919. Yeah, this isn't going to come down to decking. Is that what you mean? Probably not going to come down to the difference between 2 damage or not. It's going to be whether we stabilize permanently or not. But I like that we have a unicorn to follow up. So as long as we're matching up 1 for 1 on the ground. Oh, they got trample. I forgot the trample. That's a pretty big game. Are we just dead? I think we're dead because I forgot trample. We're close to dead. Need to find some extra life gain beyond just the troll. Although even the troll getting us 1 more keeps us from. And now we'll eat food. And now we got to eat the brute. So we survived to eat the brute. That's important. It's not necessarily a punt. It's just our life total difference we didn't realize, D. There's not much we could have done about it. Like, becoming aware of something that you weren't aware of before that doesn't change any of your decisions doesn't make it a punt. It just makes it maybe I should be playing with more awareness. But at least we get to lonesome and eat. So let's move to combat and see what they want to do troll-wise. What meme did I miss? Oh, mostly dead? Sure. A fair time for it as well.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Yeah, but you already punted the noble attack, and this is completely different. So get over yourself, D. Yeah, they don't want the life gain. Nonetheless, we will persist. I'm attacking. I mean, we gotta go for it. We're gonna eat the... We're at a virtual 5 plus a unicorn, so not the worst. Interesting that they would block the troll with a goat. Like, it doesn't save much damage, but okay. Barrage is attackers only. Oh, double block the troll. Like, you mean, sorry, I was thinking of barge. I can keep confusing barge in and barrage, because obviously they have some similarities. I guess they think they're just going to kill us. That must be what this means, that we're dead. I don't think you get what a punt is, though, D. You're just looking to find punts that aren't real. Like, you call chat soft on punts. You're punt desperate. There was no way we could have, like, if we could have waited to chump block and then eat with Ginger Brute, we could, but they had the force, because if we went to 1, they could just tap Trebuchet. Yeah, okay, so they had Sundering Stroke. I mean, I told you I thought we were dead, because the weird blocks they were making suggested that nothing we did was going to matter to their ability to untap and beat us. So, that doesn't... I didn't pick out specifically that rare, but I sure felt that we were dead. All right, let's run it back. We could take Forever, put Forever Young in. They do have some removal. I like running it back as is here. Let's get them. I like our chances here. I think our deck is good. Theirs is all right too, but a little luck and a good front foot here. I think we can get there. They did a good job of beating the troll, but again, we kind of non-boated a bit with the... Gave him some time with the troll, given the towers. Again, not bad enough non-boat to make a change, but there you go. This is a really weak hand. 2 of our bottom-end creatures, not even the adamant here to make this big, and I don't like starting on turn 4, so unfortunately we have to mulligan this. Folks. All right. Funny. Mulligan to 5, and we're gonna pitch the 2 cards that we had in our opener. Well, I'll probably pitch the Ritual, actually. Keep Guide Mother and Paladin, ditch Griffin and Ritual. We're still going to win 5, you'll see. I can't stand by the ritual idea. We just need creatures. Silo. How it, like, on this board, ritual is worth, would be worth a 1/1 counter versus potentially 3 power and 6 toughness. Sure. Let's. This is not a good start, though. On the play, mold a 5 with a 1/1 flyer for 1. It's not really what Guide Mother's about. You kind of almost want to get her later and launch your ground stuff for the win. Not going to trap that in a tower with the paladin coming. How about we draw a plains next turn, and then that's it for land for the rest of the game. We draw nothing but action from there. That's the dream. Nope. Instead, the worst draw on our deck, a swamp. Hooray, deck. I'm going to attack with Guide Mother because we're going to threaten blocking with this paladin. I guess we do that, make him move it, and keep attacking with the Guide Mother. At least Paladin... I'm not attacking with the Paladin because they're going to move the equipment, and Paladin holds off Shield Breaker even equipped. Well, Oppo's kind of dumping their hand, and it's not the end of the world for us. That this Lance is going to be problematic eventually, but yeah, it's a 1/1 in the results. Oh, now you show up, Plains. Thanks. Thanks. Appreciate that. Just what we needed to try and win this game off of 3 spells. 3 spells, generally not good enough to win a game of Magic. But I'm not going to trap the Ginger Brute quite yet. Hello, Cardinator. Welcome. Oh, you're right. Sorry, I lied. I had another trap. Well, not feeling good about this one. So I'm going to do some stretches. Oh, man. Yeah, thanks, deck. Really appreciate the 2 planes.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you for that sub. I don't know what you mean by Brawl-a-days. Did they announce something new about Brawl? Naked Greed. Well, too bad we can't reave the dragon. If we could reave the dragon, we get the paladin back and all would not be lost. But since we can't reave the dragon, all is lost. And so thanks a lot, deck. So are they saying it's a one-time cost? Or are you paying per event? I don't understand. I haven't read it, so I don't understand what where they're putting the cost. I'm bummed. Losing that match kind of stunk. I think we're favorites in that match over time, but didn't get it there. No more boxed in, so you got to stare at Link. I'm gonna rethink the rules for boxed in. All right, let's keep this. Swordmaster Shepherd on 2. I guess with the Silver Flame, that makes me want to do Swordmaster. Get him for some lifelink, and then we can use the Shepherd to get back the Squire to... One of the fun things to do with Shepherd is once the Squire is on the battlefield as a 2/1, you can use the Shepherd to bounce it back to your hand and use it as a combat trick mid-combat. In this case, we could go Guide Mother. If they have Fell the Pheasant, then I'm gonna quit streaming, just so you know. But we're gonna go for it. All right, good news, everybody. I'm gonna keep streaming. Also a safe on alert here against green. I don't think there's anything they can do against this on alert that I can think of. So we're gonna just go ahead and get in some extra lifelink damage here. They do have these pauses that keep coming up. I'm not sure what instant for green they might have that would be creating pauses. Maybe they'll show us. Yeah, Once Upon a Time could be it. Good call. Once Upon a Time could be it. But I guess it's not, or they wouldn't have done that. Oh, I guess it's Shield's Might. There you go. It was Shield's Might. 3165 figured it out. Preserver would have snap blocked the Guide Mother, I would think. Lots of options here. I was going to trap it in a tower, but Reeve Soul is more narrow, and trapping big green things in a tower seems pretty nice. Should have just done black, black for that, though. Then we'd have all of our... There's no need to have a black... I don't... Did I manually tap that, or did I just let myself get auto-tapped? I don't know. But I should have definitely gone swamp, swamp. Auto-tapping is ultimately my fault. Yeah, it'd be nice to have the shepherd, because these would be worth saving. But I also, with green, again, what are they going to kill these with? Are they going to go one drop out muscle? Like, they're not going to... None of these are going to die next turn, so... That seems like a dangerous question to answer, Scott. I'll let you guys work that out. Well, that's actually a good play against our board here. They're at 8, though. I'm going to go for max damage here, because we might just be able to win pretty quickly before they get stabilized. Then we can probably do a Shepherd plus Guide Mother on Swordmaster to just win next turn. Alright. Didn't even make us show it. Yeah, most people self-identify beyond one color. I self-describe as a, I wear an Azorius jacket with a Dimir lining. Anyway, this... We only saw green. Did they show us any other colors? No other colors? With no other colors, I think I will go with the Trapped in a Tower again. And I like cutting this boring Knight of the Keep for it. No white yet. This is really awkward, this much black mana. Like, we have effectively mulliganed already. There is no world in which we need 4 swamps, or want 4 swamps before an early midpoint in the game. But with Malevolent Noble in order, I think we just keep. Got a Brute off the top for a turn 1 play. Guide Mother will make use of you later. Right now, we'll drop a Noble. No attacks. So they are playing white, which now makes my decision to bring in more towers seem a little sketchy, since Guide Mother is a tower breaker. Now we know they have a second color in white, and they're adventure heavy with the potentially adventure heavy given the Squire. Fairy Guide suddenly Trapped in a Tower is not the best for the matchup, but another Squire. We got a Squire of our own, but no white mana. Boo. I will join the race, though. Let's race. Can't really block with the squire because then we just sack the brute to the noble and trade brute for noble. I guess I would do that. Yeah, because then we could also use order to get the ginger brute back. But given that, I'm just going to go... we're racing, so we're going to play a creature. Try to keep the pressure on from our end. These are helpful race cards. So is this, really. Why do I play this game? Why do I play this game? Anybody remember? Anybody? Well, Magic's easy this game, too. It's just not going to be very fruitful. Variance is a very important aspect of games of chance. It allows worse players to beat better players and enjoy the game more. All right, I guess we have to trap the ranger or we're going to be super dead. And then we gotta maybe even block and eat. Let's trap the ranger. Send in the order. This kind of starts to feel like we're dead, but we're going to make these blocks. Yeah, I think we're just dead, but we're going to play like they don't have anything. Question here is eat for food or sack for noble. I'm going to go sack for noble. But this is all very risky, and I'm expecting you to get blown out. But we just have to try. This card is not super good, but given the density of the 1 toughness ground creatures in our deck, it's actually good against us. And we're certainly dead here. Well, certainly. Can we do anything? Yeah, we just have too much white mana. All right. Jeez. This day. So back off on the trapped out of fear of the guide mothers, but maybe we just have to operate like it's going to be okay. What I really want, maybe we need another ritual to get things above the 1 toughness. Like we go down a tower, up a silver flame. Pre-interview jitters. I like the thought that Brian had on LR one time, which is that the jitters and anxiety create a physical response that's very similar to the response for excitement. So you can like literally lie to yourself and tell yourself over and over that the jitters that you're feeling is actually excitement. that you're excited for this. Like you're feeling jittery because you're excited for the interview that you're about to do, and you can get your mindset to convert that nervous energy into positive energy. So that has worked for me. That was a Brian Wong suggestion. And then the other one would be propranolol. I get real, you might not think it because like I'm mostly pretty comfortable here, but when I do presentations or big like at work presentations, I get super nervous, super stuttery, super jittery. And so I actually have a subscription to a drug called propranolol, which is basically like a non-habit forming Xanax type medication. One thing about it is that it levels you out so much it can take the edge off some of your passion. So when I take propranolol, I can't pronounce it. When I take it before a presentation, I have to remind myself to not let it deaden my personality, you know? You can be so even-keeled that you lose some of your edge, you know? All right, we'll keep this. Propranolol, thank you. Propranolol. Can't even pronounce the medications I take. Well, it's kind of like the opposite of it, you know? Good luck, Razor. You got this. Hopefully they give us some good things to reeve. Sure thing, Scott. It's a balance. I'm not an open book, but it's good to share things, real things, and remind people that life is hard for, you know, the human condition is a tough one. I'll say that. Yeah, let's go ahead and reeve this. I'm not going to just wait around and do nothing. These only get early creatures anyway. Geezy asks, is it true that in the US everyone is on prescription drugs all the time? I mean, no. Obviously that is not true. I do not have the... I don't know about statistical, you know, usage statistics or anything like that either. I feel like we often get chided in America for our overuse of prescriptions, perhaps, like antidepressants or whatever, but I think antidepressants are pretty miraculous, and nobody should have any shame about tweaking their chemicals with chemicals either. We're all just trying to make it through this thing with as much happiness for ourselves and others as possible. And better living through chemistry is fine by me. All right, let's take a turn off of the Brute. We'll play a Prized Griffin, not attack with the Brute. Then next turn we get Guide Mother Ritual, and that's pretty good. We get another land, we get Guide Mother Ritual, and we can slide Ginger Brute in for extra damage. I'm not suggesting you're shaming anybody, but often mental health solutions can come with some amount of stigma. Trapping this in the tower does not turn off its card draw ability, but it's big enough, mean enough, and scary enough to justify taking a turn off from our ritual Guide Mother plan and trapping it in a tower, getting the Guide Mother down, getting Gingerbread in for some damage, and then ritualing next turn. Maybe we even find ourselves a Plains. I don't want a Plains, I'd rather just have action, but at least if we find a Plains off the top, we get the Adamant next turn. That's actually a great idea, Scott, and not like I'll give you a little secret insider thought. You know, I've tossed around a lot of different promotional project type ideas that I could be doing with Card Kingdom, and one of the things we're thinking about is something like where I design a cube, a starter cube, you know, kind of like a common and uncommon and bulk rare cube that then Card Kingdom might be able to produce in the same way that they produce the Lumeria set, you know? That's far off. If that happens, it's far off. So don't get, you know me, I'd take forever to do anything anyway, but it would be a fun thing to work on if I can figure out how to slide it in. What did I miss from Silver Roots? If you open pack one, pick one with Castle Lochthwain, Epic Downfall, and Bake into a Pie, what will be the pick, and how do you handle signaling here? For win percentage, I like Epic Downfall a little better than Bake. Bake has food attached and is instant, which is really nice, but 4 mana is no joke, and in this environment, I think I'd rather have the 2 mana spell, but it's close. And if I'm drafting on a, for gems or for collection, completing pack one, pick one, I'm also fine taking the rare and figuring out what's open from there. Well, more reasons to wait on the Silver Flame Ritual. We have ourselves Clackety Clack Bridge. They have a million pieces of fodder, but we get to attack in the air while they're dealing with Clack Bridge. Yeah, Raptor has the plan, like if you want to take it for gems and you pass 2 quality black cards like that, you should not expect the bots to be friendly with black in your direction in pack 2. So again, we are setting up Oppo to be able to draw cards off the Keeper because the mice and the carriage will trigger it. TLK, anybody? How do we sacrifice? We need a noble now. Let's get this troll sacrificed. Yeah, maybe I'm overthinking it. If they don't gain life, we just get to Silver Flame and win. But classically, I'm just looking at board control and not even looking at life total. And I think we've got it, right? Yeah, looks like it. I mean, you can do both, Scott, but if I'm going to undertake a project like that anyway, might as well work with Card Kingdom on a promotion. But yes, we can make a cube that then we can play there as well. All right, well, we've got 1 win. We don't have any gems back yet. We need to get 1 more win in order to do that. I'm going to take a short bio break, though, and then we'll come back and try and do that. Look who I found. He's a good boy. Yeah? Hi. Want to get out of here? Dad, I don't want to hang out. Bye, buddy. Have a good nap. Thanks, Mama. Rocket Bits. All right, let's jump back in. Let's get ourselves some gems. Just need one more win here, and at least we get some gems back. Although this account's not even our main account, like, whatever. I mean, we're always happy to get gems back. Mainly, I just want to win some magic. Let's win a match of magic here. More frustration on the mana front, but more, I can't quite let this go. I mean, we do have Noble and Swordmaster ready to go in hand. Find a Plains, we have Unicorn on 3 as an option. And these only need 1 white. We're not going to be adamanting this Paladin anytime soon, but I think we have to keep this. Dang it. It's not, it's a sketchy keep, but it's a keep with the Noble, with the 2 plays, you know? Blue? Whatever. I didn't know bots allowed that these days. Alright, come on, deck. Really, work with us. Plains off the top, 1-time dealer. No, wait, not them. I mean us. Blah! Do we offer the trade? I'm gonna... They just totally take it. I mean, they take the trade, not take the damage. All right. Hate this trade. All right, Plains off the top and we'll be okay. I wouldn't call myself on tilt right now. A little salty though, yeah. Thank you for the follow. Oh look, another white card. Awesome. We're not quite at scoop point, but this is pretty comical. Let's learn more about Oppo's deck before we scoop. Was I supposed to mulligan that? I don't know. Maybe I'm a bad mulliganer. But I think I had good reasons. Gonna leave Oppo guessing. Ha ha! You have no idea what we're up to, Oppo! Ha ha! Well, do we cut all the trapped in a tower? I don't think we can cut the towers. Definitely bringing in TLK. Maybe we do. Yeah, I still think it's correct. Like, the problem there wasn't... I mean, it's just... We're getting unlucky statistically, but Yeah, I think we cut at least one, yeah, maybe two. But I'm going to consider it as we consider what to bring in. Could even pump this for, oops, more like bring in a paladin. Get bigger that direction. Cut another of the keep. Go a little bit bigger. They're kind of flying. Maybe this doesn't matter because they're flying. He's got so many flyers. Fortifying position doesn't seem right either. I don't love this choice though. Yeah, I could do extra ritual, but nah, I think I'm going to run with this. It's not great, but I'm going to run with this. We're going to go Swordmaster and then see what we draw. All right, found some land. That's good. Nothing to do here, but hope they play something we want to Scald. I don't love that they're drawing a card off it, but I am going to use our mana here and just kill this thing. It stonewalls our Swordmaster and a lot of what we do on the ground, and I don't want to go with my mana unspent on that turn either. You know we're drawing a Plains next turn to make me sad, but we're going to play the 2/5 here. Well, with the troll, kind of like Reeve, Trap, and Go. They might have the... yeah. I'm going to go Reeve, Trap, Go. We're going to push it. Hope this troll makes up for the fact that they have us out-carded 5-3. But... I don't want to hold Trap. I want, like, because we don't hold Trap, we don't get in with Swordmaster. I really want to keep applying the pressure because we have Clackbridge and Griffin ready to jump in here with one land right off the top. All right. That's a beating against us. Could use another Reeve Soul. Clackbridge gets there eventually, if we can just find a land. There we go. Let the clacking begin. Keep in mind the enchanted carriage is going to create pauses for crewing, so while they technically have the mana for a runaway together, there's nothing about the pausing that implicitly suggests it. Yeah, I don't think they thought about their own Archon in that spot. We couldn't attack. Maybe they'll sack something now. I do not have a win. We are 0-1 behind Oppo. And it's looking grim. Although Griffin blocks Archon of Absolution at least. Well, no, it doesn't. Never mind. Pro-white. Oh, Pro. Will I ever process you properly? Maybe not. I'll die still messing up protection stuff. We do have a Forever Young in the deck somewhere, and in that instance, we can at least eat the troll with the noble, and then, in fact, maybe we're even supposed to do that now. We can work towards getting the noble up to attacking levels. We can make it a 3/3 that can become a 5/5, and a 5/5 does a lot of good work against everything there. So why don't we do this? Well, we might draw a Fairy Guide Mother, which would unlock the troll in a very meaningful way. So I guess we shouldn't sack it yet. Yeah, we do have trolls, Bruce. You're catching what I am catching myself thinking here. And we have a True Love's Kiss. We have a couple of reasons to not do that yet, I suppose. But that means we could still send in Noble, representing that it could sacrifice. Well, Forever Young is what we have that would make me want to sacrifice the troll, but we shouldn't do it until we have the Forever Young in hand. So I'm trying to decide if there's an attack here with Noble, given that we can make it a 5/5 effectively, but we'd have to give up, like, the Swordmaster to do that. Yeah, it is. You know my line. It's okay, East. I don't read cards either. Doesn't feel like Oppo's in the tank. It feels like they're away for a second or something. Also with the tax, we can still do it all. We pay 1 on the tax, and we can sacrifice for 2 and squire for 3. Hope you're all right, Oppo. Not going to call it a free win yet, but let's see what happens here. Oh, wait. Let's see. There we go. Lord Tongo says, "Hi Ryan, I'm new here. I like your content." Hi chat. Do you think they will ever create a new game like the old Chandalar game again, where you are the Planeswalker, like a Roma map RPG style Magic? I could see them doing that longer down the road, as maybe even a feature in Arena or something where they add that on. Long. It's nowhere near their roadmap right now. I think probably not, though. It's a little bit too... There's a lot of nostalgia for it. But I don't think you would want to invest that much money into that much PvE content in a game that's fundamentally PvP. So I wouldn't expect that. Sorry, Oppo. Wow. Not how I was looking to recover from this match. I hope they just had technical issues and not life issues. Awkwardly, we won some gems back. Nothing to be proud of, but I'll take it, and we'll try and get a real win here. I don't think I've ever gotten a 2-game win like that. I mean, that counted twice, right? That was huge. Reef Soul lets us survive early to get to the sweet troll payoff. Ritual not doing much here yet. We're keeping despite only having one early card. Fair enough, East. Another blue deck. Interesting. Shouldn't be interesting, but it is right now in the current draft meta. With nothing else to do, we're going to go ahead and reave that. Could consider trapping it into a tower too, since blue has a lot of flyers, but blue has a lot of ground dudes as well. We're going to go ahead and reave and attack. My mods are all right. That's the faint praise I use to tell my family I love them too, just so you know. My wife will say, "Don't you love this dog?" or whatever, and I'll be like, "Yeah, he's all right. He's all right." Yeah, let's keep reaving. That's true, Mike. They could use bounce to escape towers. Well, there now I wish I had a Reeve soul back, but you know, you're playing odds. As they scale up mana, you expect higher power creatures. We could cycle for Forever Young looking for a land, or we could hold it knowing that we can use it to get Clackbridge Troll back if they do something about it, but often blue's removal is going to be tap or, you know, so tiny or sleep, so this doesn't even help on that. Certainly let's go ahead and get the Brood in. And then decide. Yeah, Paladin is another Reeve target. I'm gonna Forever Young and cycle. Too bad. There's the combo. We sacrifice the enchanted troll to the noble and get it back with Forever Young, but now we're missing components. What? Social punt? What did I do? Well, now you're a mod. Now you got all the controls. What's up, Ziv? All right, how about a land? All right, we got a land, but might be staring at counter magic. Haven't really cast anything they would want to counter so far. Might just start with a prize griffin, see what that does. Let's test the waters. I'm not going to throw the troll out when we can test the waters first. All right, no pause, no nothing. Probably a good sign for us. They attack. The trouble is they have attacks now with the griffin that look pretty good, because I don't want to risk blocking and then they draw a card and make it a 4/4. All right, they didn't show it last time. We're going to drop the troll. Well, that can produce a lot of value. We're just Reeve target after Reeve target, making me wish we'd used Trapped. We can go Noble and Silver Flame, but I guess let's just keep building our board, and then we'll use Silver Flame to make a lot of things really big. If they can get the Ratter going, they certainly have endless fodder for this troll. And we are going to do 5 mana worth of creatures, so let's go ahead and full control, attack with Brute, and get it, sneak it through. Another land anyway. So I guess we could... So I've screwed up again. I forgot we hadn't played land. If I had activated with Swamp, we could go Noble Paladin, but I didn't. So I'm going to go Noble Unicorn, or Knight instead. Try to get that extra counter. Although maybe that's being greedy too. I should just let that mistake go. Kind of clenching, waiting for them to draw a card and make rats. But if they can't actively pacify the troll, we should still be in a good spot even if they do make rats. But we weren't attacking with anything they could block. Like, we weren't attacking in a blockable way. I guess you mean for the crackback on their part, sure. All right. They didn't even want to try and find it. Maybe I was playing too slow for them. Trapping the Ratter doesn't actually turn off its ability. It turns off activated abilities, but not passive abilities. All right, looking, we're blue-red. Again, risky with the towers, given the prevalence of bounce in blue. They didn't show us any, though. We might bring in a True Love's Kiss for the expectation of So Tiny's or Charmed Sleeps. Nantuko with the technical terms. You'd think, having played for 25 years and having worked for the company, I would have that jargon down, but apparently not. Yeah, we could run it back. Just trying to look for... Yeah, all right. I didn't see anything there that can inform a change enough to make a change. Can somebody give me a hypergeometric calculation on the chances of 5 land by turn 5 on 16 versus 17? We're going to keep this, but I'm just curious. Like, how much are we penalizing ourselves to get a Clackbridge Troll out on curve by not playing 17? Fair enough, Nantuko. I wasn't saying you specifically. I'll do it later myself if I have to. That's tough to get through, but let's just run out a Noble. At least the Noble can attack. These 1 toughness creatures can't attack into a quarter or monitor with any success without some help. Uh-oh. They already used an opt, so I guess that's okay. If they have another opt and I attack with a Noble, they basically get a free block, so there's no need to do that. Let's play Swordmaster and have the Shepherd up. On the play? Yeah, I think that's the play. 58% to 66%. Wow, that's a pretty big difference. Folio of Fancies, you say? Uh-oh. Better dump this hand and go. All right, to that end, dropping this. We'll go Brute. What's the pause about? They've got a pause, too. Oh, because they can tap this for 0. Sure, that's why they're pausing. I wanted to use the Shepherd for shenanigans, but we're going to use the Shepherd to empty our hand a bit and get a big ritual. I suppose we can wait, though. Do this first. Yeah, it could be opt, but I'm saying there's nothing suggesting they have an instant in hand because the pause is about the folio ability. We're going on full-on folio race. I think next turn we'll drop the troll, and then the turn after that, ritual, and hope it's enough to beat what they're going to probably try and do here in terms of milling us a bunch. Although maybe we've gone wide enough already that they're not interested in milling yet. They're leaving up, like, didn't say please kind of mana here. And they didn't go for the tap. That's interesting. Well, let's Clackbridge. We have order now. We can get it back anyway. If they have a counter, we get Clackbridge plus 3 other options for this Order of Midnight. Trouble is we have no attacks. A single corridor monitor is completely cutting us off from attacks here. That's kind of frustrating. If we find ourselves a land off the top, we get to order back and Silver Flame, so that's all right. Do we get any other trapped? Sure. All right, no attacks. Yeah, this is interesting, Smarty Cat. That's a little tougher because you have one specific card you want, and then 5 from a group of, however, you know, from a group of 16 or 17. Huh, that's interesting too. They've tapped out to do that. And wow, that was interesting. I think we're okay with that, right? Let's see, here we can go tap, tap. Definitely doing 2 taps and attacking. Gonna start there. We'll do that. Now we could just Silver Flame Ritual and get in a big hit. But we could also order in Forever. I kind of like order in Forever here. And order, I mean, just play the 2/2. Why is Ritual the play? Yeah, we could also order, troll, play order, leave the Forever Young. I like that. I'm with Ziv. That tap out is good for us. We can play our next turn without fear of counter magic. We can trap something in the monitor in the tower, but with 6 mana, yeah, this is where we can kind of surprise them and just Silver Flame, quarter monitor, swing out, not even play the troll. What does that do for us? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We present 15 damage, and I only have 2 blockers. And this has to chump because everything will... Yeah, they get to eat one thing. I like that. All right, we're going to do that. Steel Gaze gets to eat one thing, but everything else gets through for a ton of damage, and then they get to chump one thing, eat one thing, and take Like 9? 8 or 9? That seems worth it. Well, they've got a lineup of blockers, but we do have our Ginger Brute. Trying to get there with Ginger Brute now, basically. But might as well send out the Troll first. Yeah, Smitten Drain is a good call. I think Smitten Drain is our backup plan here. Oh, did I miss Lethal? Oh, well. Sorry. We'll get him next time, next turn. I kind of got laser focused on the... I did send in that... damn it. Fine. Now I think we got it. Even if they find something for the Brute, yeah, we have the play y'all were talking about last turn. Do I have a favorite TCG, CCG outside of Magic? I guess it would be Keyforge. I like Keyforge. I don't play many others, though. It's the collectible thing. I'm big on deck builders. Like, I like Ascension. Hey, look! We found a third win. Kind of gotten lucky on this one. I haven't been playing super sharp today. Little punts here and there that are not adding up to game and match losses, and then the game where we just were getting straight beat. Our opponent disconnected and never came back. Back in the day, I haven't played these games forever, but I was a big StarTech Next Generation CCG player. And I've also played a decent amount of course, now I'm forgetting the name, Shadow Fist. And I played a little bit of the Decipher Star Wars game. Well, kind of a weird start, but we're going to keep on the strength of the Troll alone, basically. Turn 1 Guide Mother is whatever, but I'm going to keep this because we have a for sure turn 5 Troll. I have not played the Game of Thrones board game, but I'm not a Game of Thrones guy either. Started listening to the audiobooks and thought they were okay. Started watching the show and petered out about episode 7 or 8 of the first season. I don't know. Netrunner, I've played but didn't really get into. I'm going to run out the Shepherd. Artifact looked crazy complicated to me, and my stance on Artifact when it came out was I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm not even gonna play it. I'm gonna wait till gamers that I respect tell me, oh my god, you've got to play Artifact. And then you know what didn't happen? That. Oh, Star Realms I do play. Yeah, I have that. I play that digitally. Of course, that's again deck building, not collectible, but I do like Star Realms. Sure, let's go Brute, Cauldron the Silver Flame, and get in for an attack. And then we have Clackbridge Griffin to follow. I know Dominion is like the first deck builder, but I'm a much bigger Ascension fan. I like the innovation Ascension came up with for the deck building style of game, which is to say, the big difference there is Dominion up front says, here is every card you're going to be playing with this game. What are you going to do? Whereas I like Ascension saying, here's 6 of the cards you're going to be seeing this game, and they're going to be changing constantly throughout the game. I'll try Thunderstone. I like deck building. If you both are everybody's recommending Thunderstone. I tried Gwent, but I didn't get into it. Ascension has a great digital experience as well. So actually, if you are thinking about Ascension, I highly recommend getting the app. You get so many games in so much faster, you know. I mean, I have the physical copy as well, but to dip your toe in, easy peasy to pick up the app and check it out. I have, I think, over 2,000 games of Ascension played on my phone. Yeah, there's more variance in Ascension. Dominion is very low variance because you just get to see, you can kind of plot out your whole game from before it even begins, which is what I don't like about it. I like games that demand that you do more in-game planning and that there's less known about what's coming. I suppose with the banner, I'd be willing to trade this off now. I'm going to attack and going full control so I can make it unblockable. And I'm just going to drop the paladin, the griffin here. Oppo's stuck on 3. They may scoop out of mana screw soon enough here, unless they find like a trapped in a tower for the Clackbridge. All right, well that gives them some mana, probably. Yeah. Now, they also had the banner, so they're not like totally out of it. Here, just gonna wait. Oh, I have to do it that way if I'm gonna guide Mother, which I will. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, I needed to do the full control. I didn't do the full control. We even talked about it, but I forgot. The thing you need to do to full control here. So if I full controlled, I could use on alert to attack with a troll here and basically win 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we missed lethal because I forgot to hit full control. Wow, it'd be really sad if we lost this game now. I can't penalize myself for failure to full control. Again, you can call that a punt if you want, D, but come on. It's not really measuring my magic skill or anything. We'll play the paladin out. I didn't Guide Mother the Troll because they were going to be tapping it, and I hadn't thought about the Squire play. But then by the time we thought of the Squire play, the auto tap, or the auto pass got us. Another white deck, so we have Guide Mothers to fear with our Trapped in the Towers. Maybe we lower it by 1. What are they showing us? I still think I like Reaper in a world where I'm not in a meta that's heavily aggro. I guess let's TLK. They got a lot of targets for that. I think I want to ditch a knight and add a plains, though. Let's try this. Can work with this. There you go. We knew what we were getting into. There's our Guide Mother. We're going to go with a Noble here, though. Use Guide Mother on it next turn. If we find a Plains, we get to play the Plains and do Gift of the Fae into Guide Mother. It's kind of the ideal. No such luck for us. But I am going to do the Guide Mother for damage play here. Even when we don't draw land, next turn we have Reeve plus Guide Mother. Not in an even split like this. Let's go Paladin and Trapped. We'll go Brute, Guide Mother, attack. Especially, we're trying to be kind of aggro with our approach, and those tap lands are particularly devastating when you're trying to curve out. We were talking about deck building games. I have to mention one of my favorites now, which is Baseball Highlights 2045. And the designer of that game just released the football highlights version. I have it. I backed the Kickstarter and I have it in my on my game shelf. But I'm going to wait till my buddy Chris comes up for the holidays and bust it out with him, because Chris and I learned baseball highlights together. Or at least he showed that to me. He turned me on to that game, and it's one of our most heavily played games of the last couple years together. So I'm looking forward to trying the football highlights version. Basically, baseball highlights is a wonderfully flavored deck building game. If you love baseball and deck building, you'd love it. If you don't like baseball but you like deck building, you'd still like it. And it does a really good job of giving the feel of baseball without the drudgery of baseball. It doesn't have balls and strikes and innings, yet it still feels like baseball, amazingly. And you start out with a team of 15 generic dudes, and between games, you use free agent money to draft better players for your team via cards. It's really good. All right, where are we? Waiting for our turn. All right. Oppo kind of just... Football highlights is out. I have it. Well, Invincible, if you have anybody who really likes deck building games and doesn't actively loathe baseball, you should be able to sell them on it. It's worth it. Are we going to try and get them with... And we have the Cauldron that's somewhat open mana trick, but they have a Cauldron as well. We're kind of in a Cauldron standoff. So let's see what they want to do. Oh, sorry, I thought this was a Cauldron. This is a banner. Never mind. I was thinking of Cauldron. Sorry. Ah, Tactician. Okay. So I'm going to go full control because we can actually squire our way out of this if we want. I'm going to do it this way. See if they want to block. They might block. Yeah, we can also just hold Cauldron activation. And we have both Squire and Cauldron activation here. That's fine. So we're all in. That's a tough one. Can we use Cauldron to get Sir Alan at some point? Might have to just try and race here with our flyers, the Ginger Brute and the Squire. We could just untap and eat the Guide Mother also. Just trying to figure out if there's a way to Cauldron plus something else to get the Alan, but the trouble is that 5 points of first strike is just, like, what do we even... Oh, I love Seven Wonders. Seven Wonders is a drafting game, I would call it. Man. We have Paladin. I guess Paladin could potentially... we're too many planes away from the Paladin doing work. Yeah, Duel is great. Duels is great. All right, I'm going to go Scaldron, the Guide Mother. Mike wanted to eat. The reason I did it that way is because I think we might just need to try and race Sir Alan, and so I actually want the Squire for damage in the air. Unfortunately, really need some extra land here. Might even Forever Young to try and find land. Hold on, let me figure out this turn, then I'll take that question, Scott. I think I'm on attack with Fairy Guide Mother and make it, yeah. I'm with Mike. Let's just keep building our board wide. We might be able to get to a point where we can suicide attack into Sir Alan because we think it's lethal. To be honest, my family, not big board gamers. My wife's not a gamer at all. She likes word games of some kind, but generally not much of a big board gamer. My son will play sometimes, but he doesn't like the fact that I beat him all the time at tabletop strategy games. My daughter's gaming interest basically is video games and D&D, not really tabletop. So I don't play with my family, frankly, all that much. I tried to get my kids to do Gloomhaven with me. That didn't work out. When they were younger, Carcassonne without farmers was the one I played a lot. Can we just win here? Let's see. Well, we can Reeve Soul the Guide Mother and get in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They crack back for 5, but then they're down to 5. And we can even, do we have any knights? We have 1 knight. Because farmers are, I'm talking about little kids, because farmers are really complicated for the little kids. All right, talking too much, got to do something. I'm going to do this. This. And this. Yeah, Tyrants of Underdark I played during testing, but I haven't played since it came out. But I really liked it in testing. I did some play testing for Wizards on that one. Archon! Let's see, what were the suggestions? I heard oops, I'd want to pin that. Hardback. There was some other deck building game that people suggested. This could be okay. We attack with everything. I guess we can't attack with everything because of the Archon. Never mind. I guess we attack with Ginger Brute and try to win before they can beat us. Thunderstone, as yeah, what you were talking about, I guess. Thunderstone. No. All right, I think we got to go with the Brute line. Which maybe means I was supposed to try and find land first, but again, I have 0 hourglasses, just trying to get something done here. Puerto Rico is on my list of I can't believe I haven't tried this game yet games. It was kind of like an early classic, and then it feels like it's kind of fallen off of people's lists as like a must play. You know, as a king of the modern staples. So I haven't picked it up, but there's some land. Can we do anything with land? We needed 5 land. With 5 land, we just win. Because we attack with Ginger Brute and Silver Flame it. Brute plus Squire. Yeah, but, folks, we have an Archon. You understand? We have we're playing around. We're playing with an Archon here, folks. 5 mana wins us with Archon. So for now, we're just going to attack with Gingerbread again. Archon makes everybody watching misplay. So we can go Noble or Swordmaster. Swordmaster, nothing's blocking on the ground anyway. Basically, we need Guide Mother to block the Tactician to not lose. So it doesn't really matter which one we play. We got to play something. Yeah, we could Forever Young for land. Maybe that was the play. But Lifelink doesn't matter because Sir Alan is first strike. If they just remove our Guide Mother, we lose. Yeah, but they have to do that. Oh, Dead to the Pump. Sure. I forgot that part. If that's what you're talking about. Magic's hard. We lose. We get another chance, though. We have a 1 win in this game. So we're going to go to a 1-1 split and try to get it in 3. Just a little short on land. We actually had that one if we found land sooner than we did. Got a bunch of useless draws, but we almost had Silver Flame for the win. Dionysus, we've been talking about nothing but for the last half hour. What are you even asking? Have you just shown back up and you're asking a random question, or are you really asking a question that we have literally been collectively answering for about a half hour now? Or are you suggesting that somehow these tabletop deck builders are not board games? I think of it all as, that's why I call it tabletop, D. Well, we've been talking about tabletop forever, so I can't, I'm not going to regurgitate all the answers I've been giving for quite a bit of time now. All right. As far as this, they have multiple Guide Mothers. That's really scary. Makes me want to cut these traps. We go down to 1 as kind of like a game-winning play possibility. I'm going to put in another Paladin. If we can get these Paladins to 3/6, they actually deal with Sir Alan. I think I like those changes. Let's run with this. All right, we're keeping. I'm here to try to talk about new games. I just don't want to repeat anything, but like Azure, is that the game? Is that the name of it? Azure board game? Azul. AZUL is a abstract kind of yeah, Azure. We used Azure at Wizards. That's probably why I had it in my head. But Azul impressed me. That's a recent game I can recommend. Game Nick Davidson, Ob Nicholas, has recommended to me many times that I haven't played yet, and actually just recommended to a gaming family I know for their Christmas list. That's the Castles of Mad King Ludwig. That's one that I've heard a lot of good things about, but haven't played yet myself.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you for that sub. Appreciate that a lot. All right. Nice timing for the Guide Mother. I guess I've never played Suburbia then. Pajamin is a good Magic name, by the way. I appreciate that, Oppo. Pajamin, excellent. Style points galore. We could be running into our own... I always assume, like, the Squire here. So a 4/4 Flutterfox is annoying, but we do have a Forever Young to recover a little bit. And I can't see just not attacking. Like, they're mulled to 5. We need to pressure. So I feel like we're going to get hit by Squire here, but I also can't quite bring myself to just not attack over it. So here we go. They just look like they're itching to do it, you know? Yeah. And I'm just going to Paladin. We don't get the counter, but Swordmaster, then Curry Favor actually does something, and it gives us a chance to find land naturally before we bother using a Forever Young. Let's get this Clackbridge Troll out. Yeah, like this. Any thoughts on the newish Pioneer format? I'm waiting for it to shake out. I like that it exists, but I'm more fascinated by it from a secondary market effect standpoint than, like, sweet, another format for me to get into. I mean, I already play all the Magic I have the time for and can handle, and it's mostly limited, so a new constructed format for me is more just like a theoretical point of interest and not like a something I get eager to break or whatever. TLK, if they don't use this Cauldron, we'll try to find a shields down moment to make use of that. Abo doing quite well for mulling to 5 and being stuck on 3 and facing a Clackbridge. Like, they're really... If they can put this troll in a tower, they could really stabilize. Okay, they're going for the 2-for-1 of themselves, which I can live with. We can accept that, no problem. No point in currying favor, though, now with the Smitten Swordmaster. I'm just going to drop a Griffin, though. They're in a tough spot. I didn't even know they removed Limited from Worlds. I guess I'm pretty out of touch on that stuff as well. The last 18 months of organized play changes have left me in the cold, frankly. I'm a little bit... I mean, being a limited player, I was already... You know, coverage is better for constructed than limited in general. But, man, lately I've just felt like... I'm a little lost on coverage and what I'm supposed to care about and be doing. All right, now we get a couple things to get back here. I wonder if there's even a win we can find. Because we can get back Shepherd and use the ability. But they're still going to sack stuff to the troll, so I don't think it matters yet. Like, Guide Mothering is not going to do anything here particularly. So I will... just send in. Well, if Worlds is on Arena, that's why they cut drafting. Save the Guide Mother. I don't think it's that they don't care about us limited junkies. I think it's that they don't have the tech to run draft for competitive play on Arena, and they want to put Arena first. Kind of want to reave the Guide Mother as a thing that can block the flyers. because they don't want to present sealed as the competitive option for players. Let's go Forever Young. We'll get both. We're going to put Paladin on top and run Paladin out for Adamant. And we can actually do the Swordmaster Drain now for some value. Hey, I was talking about how Trapped in the Tower could be what gets them out of this, but we have multiple answers between Shepherd and TLK. Probably just TLK, though. Oh, yeah, I could wait till they don't sack. You're right. Sorry. Still looking good, though. And I could have just won with the Reeve. Playing very sloppy here. Having kind of a sloppy week. The results have been good, but honestly, my play has been pretty sloppy. Yeah, and I got distracted by punting. Anyway, man, not my finest turn. But hopefully we come out of this with a win regardless. I don't think it means I need a vacation. Just some days, some weeks, some points in time, you're a little sharper than others. Well, Silo, it's kind of a different kind of punt. It's like, it's the letting yourself go from 99% win chance to 98.7. It's like, it's not a big deal, but why do that, right? I don't know if the blocking matters, but we'll just do this and should win. I mean, again, I think you're overthinking it, trying to fix me right now or whatever. Just saying I've had a below average week in terms of my sharpness, but it doesn't mean there's anything specific to be done about it. Besides, we're still going to get 5 wins, right? Well, we're going to try. Let's try. Right here. It doesn't count. Yeah, there's no water in here. It's all just soda. GG Pajaman. Just complimenting your name. I like your magic name. That's good. I was also saying you played really well. That mana screwed against Clackbridge and all that. Like, you really gave yourself every chance there. So good work on a rough spot. Also, we have 4 Pajama. We have 4 total Trapped in a Towers in our pool, and I'm running 3 of them main, and I stripped down to 1 in the face of all your Guide Mothers. Trapped in a Tower is such weird removal in the format because it's so good against most things, but then so bad against certain situations. I'm gonna Guide Mother. We could play out a Squire for no value, but I'm going to go ahead and use one of these traps on the Wildwood Tracker. Tracker is indicative of a racing green deck, like hyper aggro green race deck. Oh, and this, I got exactly what I wanted, which was another mana so that I could try to use Squire as a trick to take out their next play, but of course, +2/+2 doesn't actually successfully take out the Rider the way we want. Boo. So, are we trapping that? Are we taking... We just get some extra damage in here. We could Squire for some extra damage. That's really the two options. Extra damage Squire or trapped in the tower, or a natural Squire and try to trade with the Rider that way. I don't want to untap and trade, though. That's not great. Yeah, and getting 2 damage in here also isn't great, because we could just, if we want to get 2 damage, we can just play the creature and have another creature to attack with. And here I am not giving myself any hourglasses by tanking on turn 3, but this is weird. You know what? I'm going to do it for damage, because also Guide Mother threatens to trade with Rider anyway. So we'll get in some extra damage, and then we can offer the Rider for Guide Mother. Which they didn't want to do anyway. They've got didn't say please mana up and didn't cast anything on turn 3, so we're going to start with the Squire, see if they want to counter that, and if they do or don't, then we'll follow with the Cauldron. Awfully suspicious. I guess they might pick off the Cauldron, but we could live with that too. If they want to pick off the Cauldron, go for it. A lot of pauses from Oppo, with nothing on board suggesting a pause, so they got something at instant speed for 3 mana. Maybe it's runaway. Excuse me. Maybe it's runaway together, and they didn't want to send us back an adventure creature. Must not be, or they would have used that differently. That's great for us, really. They used out muscle on a card we already got some value from. And I'm going to use the same logic this time. Going to get some extra damage in and have the Guide Mother threaten to trade with the Rider on the crackback. Runaway seems almost impossible, given that they just decided to use their trapped creature as a fight target. There's an argument for not even bothering with this trade. We have a Ritual. We're going to play a Squire. If we Ritual, we get 5 total power on board. And we can always Scaldron the Rider. And we're winning the race, so I'm actually going to say no blocks here. I'm going to make him do something else. Uh-huh. That land gives us Silver Flame plus Cauldron on the Rider. Unfortunately, Silver Flame plus Ritual does not even get us through the monitor. We may have to trap the monitor in a tower. But I do like playing the creature side of Squire, getting in for the Guide Mother. Maybe they have Pump. Like, it could be like... Insatiable Appetite, which makes me want to leave Cauldron up and block first. It feels enough like that's what's going on that I'm going to go ahead and call the... I'm going to call here and block, even though we have Silver Flame, and hope that they go for... I guess, but they can't, though. It's open mana, so we are just accepting this trade. Huh. All right. Well, now we're just going to kill that. We got nothing but blue mana. Noble. Don't think I want to trap necessarily. If we find a land, we can ritual and trap. If we find a plains, we can ritual for adamant and trap. So I'm going to hold off on trapping right now until... Because they're playing green. They could drop some big green dude that we really want that trapped for. That's true, Mike. 3-2 wasn't that good for us anyway. All right, Paladin, we'll go ahead and just attack with the Guide Mother and play an Adamanted Paladin. Still not sure what all the pausing and mana and cards are about, but, well, put them to another test. You want to didn't say please this? Go ahead. I don't know. Ah, Preserver. Has it been Preserver all along? And if so, why not? Why didn't they want to jump and block the Guide Mother? There we go. That's what we're going to trap in a tower. Maybe they forgot it has reach. It's possible. I certainly forget reach a lot. I'm not going to put him to that test, though. An attack with the Guide Mother. Oh, really? Kind of tempted to take that trade. Like, this can get big, and they're giving it to us 1 for 1? I think we got to do it. This Preserver can get really out of hand, so I'm taking it. Can't get Adamant and trap something in a tower, which is too bad. I think I'm going to attack with the Guide Mother and make a Adamanted Paladin. Mike wanted to take it. That's interesting, Mike. This thing can get so big, though. Are you sure? Mike wanted to risk it. But also it was affecting our Guide Mother getting in, and our Guide Mother's chipping away. Was chipping away. But now I like keep Trapper Keeper. Look, we got a Trapper Keeper. Dating myself. That doesn't help much, though. I think we go Knight of the Keep and trap the Scavengers in the tower and see what we come up with for next turn. Man, they keep coming up with big butts. All the big butts. Mike wants to hold the trapped. I did it because I wanted, if we don't draw a plane, well, we drew a plains. I wanted to be able to Adamant Silver Flame this turn. Uh-oh, did they find it? Oh, they didn't find it. Do we have, we don't have really attacks though. I guess, okay, if we attack with everything, I guess we do. They have 1, 2, they have 4 total power. They could pile on to the Knight of the Keep. But we would take that trade because then we could knock out the Pixie. It's fine, it's not great. They could put everything on the Knight of the Keep and it wouldn't be great. It's a good read, Adam. I think Adam's probably right. Also because we're in the 4-1 bracket. So this is a blue-green deck that showing all these control elements and is in the 4-1 bracket. So that does suggest an Oko-like bomb. All right, they did have the appetite all this time. We were kind of playing around appetite much of the game. Looks like they did have it. Yeah, fluffy face. I don't know why we play this game, given how cool it is. Yeah, Tactician. Tactician for the win? I'm in. Actually, it wouldn't even be that, would it? Wow, Oppo just drawn like God. Must be nice. We even found the Tactician, but... Let's see. Maybe they'll come at us and we can Tactician our way to a surprise win. If they attack. Nah, I guess we just make a flyer. We can make them chump with the quarter monitor at least. So let's do that. Need a little more help, but that was a good start. Oof. We're slowly winning? How are we even slowly winning? I guess they... I don't even understand that, because they block... Oh yeah, I guess because they can't... Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Although, with that removal, now we're back to being kind of hosed again. Kind of hosed. We got lots of outs. But that sucked. brute. It's quite a ways off as a clock, but it's something. I don't need to play that yet, I guess. I know. We're losing the race currently. That's why I said we need more help, but it's a start. We have Fairy Guide Mother. We have Shepherd of the Flock. We have a Trapped in the Tower, a Forever Young, Order of Midnight, 2 Reeve Souls, a Smitten Swordmaster, a Lonesome Unicorn, a Prized Griffin, and a Clackbridge Troll left in the deck, but no more Silverflame Squires. Kind of feel like I'm waiting to die unless we get a miracle. I guess if we get something to stop the Pixie, the Ginger Brute could just kind of get there. Although, there you go. Now they can even block our Ginger Brute, so kind of want to just move on to the next game, practically. But we'll give it a couple more draws. I don't even think Troll saves us, though, is the problem. Now we can't attack with a Brute. Like, the Troll doesn't hurt. Slows down their Pixie to a one-at-a-time clock, basically. Well, we're the ones on the short clock now, so we're going to be trying to trade for their Brute. All right, Reeve Soul starts to help. Three life a turn off, Troll. Why 3? I don't understand your math. Oh, it's 3? I thought it was only 1. I don't read cards, I told you. What was I think? Why was I thinking about 1? Where do we get 1 from? What gains you 1 life? I don't know. Something was making me think 1 life. But I'm not reading cards. I don't even have the card to read, so there it is. All right, Troll off the top for the save then. I'm down. It's been carrying my sloppy play all day. Might as well finish it. What now? Fae of Wishes, what now? Run away together? That would be good. Tall as a beanstalk, you say. Okay. Are we dead yet? Troll or dead? Well, helps a little bit. But I guess they put it, it keeps us alive. No, we got 5 life now. We can block everything else on the ground. One turn purchased. Let's see what we can accomplish with that. Now, Clackbridge life gain isn't even enough. Although Clackbridge life gain plus Smitten Swordmaster getting some life would be enough to survive another turn. Order. What can Order do for us? Oh, no. I just want to see. Wait. So, we need to use Order to stop a Fae of Wishes from beating us at 3 life. So what can we do about that? Gingerbrute gets some life back. Ardenvale Tactician taps. Can we Tactician win? Tactician is close. Tactician wins on the spot, though. I don't know if it wins on the spot. Is it lethal? They've got... How is it lethal? Oh, because we can use Noble? I don't know if that... Noble can pump. Oh, yeah, because we play that. Sure. Okay. I'm in. So we go... Tap. We go... Order? Did I screw it up? I think this works. Oh no, did I screw it? It's not lethal? Why is this not fine? Yeah, I mean, they might have something. All right, they did have the runaway together. No, I didn't do it. But let's see. They do that. Then they have... I don't know if we want to sack it, because I want to play the Tactician to block. So we got to let it happen. Although it doesn't matter because they can replay this to bounce our blocker. So I think we're still dead. I think we're dead if they see the line. Close one. We knew, we thought they were getting Runaway together, and sure enough is what they had. Although they fetched tall, so they just had Runaway together the whole time, which is weird because there was another spot where I feel like they would have used it. Maybe they just drew it late. Maybe it was a later top deck. Well, that ended up being closer than I thought. I was kind of waiting to die there for a while in that one, so I was happy that we made it close. Do we see any TLK targets? Tall as a Beanstalk was a wish, not a main deck card. Looks like they have a Ginger Brute. But that's about it. I'm not running TLK just for Ginger Brute. Well, we were trying to go for the win. I mean, we were just trying to go for the win. If they didn't have the Runaway together, we'd just literally win there. So that seemed like a fair approach. Try to win. But maybe we just run it back. Against what? Why are we bringing in TLK? I'm gonna run it back. Hey Mensch, a little bit on the late side, although it's been more normal to me to be here at 1 these days than historically, but we played best of 3 and we made it to the rubber match, so of course 6 matches takes a while. I think WotC asking you to pay for Brawl is pretty ballsy. We'll see them back off of this too. Another thing that's going to cause torches and pitchforks and a WotC retraction, I expect. Although it's just a purchase you can make or not. Vote with your money. Thanks for that sub, Mensch. They had an article today announcing a paid anytime Brawl. You can play Brawl anytime if you pay us. And shockingly, the community's not reacting to that very well. Drop a Noble here. Can we do that because it's a Vandal? Since it's a Vandal, I'm going to play this.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Sure smells like it didn't say please, but let's start with an attack. That's alright, if this didn't say please, they get a Paladin. Okay. But it's not. Instead, we get a nice attacker. I don't think the community is going to think any kind of paying to play a format is reasonable. I'll be surprised if they do. If the community does, if the community is like, yeah, sure, we're into that, you know. Well, let's give them a chance to just give us an easy one with the Silverflame Squire. Why do people make that block? Do you really think? I don't know. Like, I would never make this block. It's so obvious what we're doing, but okay. Yeah, but the thing with limited silo is that while you pay to play, you come away with cards. Win or lose, you come away with new resources that you can use. You can say, okay, well, yeah, we paid, but it was because of this or whatever. So, all right, let's snap off this dude and well. Max value is just getting the noble back, but we can 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We can get them to 4 and just add an attacker. So if they have the ability to stabilize, I'll regret not going for the value. But I think the correct play here is just to play out a creature that can attack next turn with evasion. I don't think it's going to be hard pressed for them to come up with enough blockers to stop this attack from working. They need like a Ginger Brute, another creature, and a runaway together, and then they could have enough mana and creatures to not die. But apparently that was not in their hand. Probably just running this back. I'm going to take a quick bio break while we tick down the 2 minutes. Be right back. Let me know in the chat if you think there's some serious changes to make. Sorry, folks. Jeez, yammering for no sound. I was saying that I agree with Mike not understanding why they didn't just make a queue for Brawl. That was what I was muting talking about first, and then I just said I was going to play the Ginger Brute and offer them the trade. They declined. We are going to snap off that Fae with the Reeve Soul here. Well, awkward spot. If we don't attack, they wonder why we didn't just activate the Brute and attack. If we do, they probably block, and we can't use the Squire the way I want. But I want to try and get him with the Squire on the tracker. Although there's some risk there, too. We could just trap the Spider in the tower and go. We're not winning this race currently. But you know what? I'm going to pass. I'm going to try the Silver Flame Squire trick here. Try to eat the tracker. But a lot of risk with open mana from Oppo. Mike liked trap and attack. That was the other realistic line. Yeah, I should block first, you're right. I missequenced that. Yeah, again, I'm just being real sloppy with my play. Don't know why. Little off. Little off. Alright, well, didn't get punished for that missequencing in the sense that we did get to block and complete the on alert. But Silo's totally correct. It depends on, yeah, it depends on what you want, right? Yeah, it does. It's justifiable against fear of a counter. You're right, Joff. that's kind of the two different spots there. All right, we're gonna go try the Ginger Brute. Bottom line, though, is Silo and Joff, is that I didn't even talk about it, right? It's fine for those things to be debatable points, but I didn't even stop and think about it, which is the real punt. I'm happy to Squire and take out the Vandal if they want to block. They didn't seem to have anything for it last turn. Now they're trying to figure out if I have something or whether I misclicked through. They're going to go for it. And I'm going to go for it. All right, this is now looking very good for us. Full on 1-for-1 value out of the on alert side of these Silverflame Squires into a Silverflame Ritual to make them 3/2s, plus Trapped in the Tower for the Spider, like, really puts us in an advantaged position. Obviously, lots of things could happen from here, but we even get to untap and go. Well, I thought we had a 3-spell turn next turn, but we don't. I guess we'll do all this first. We're going to try to get the Brute through. And Noble and Squire. Yeah, I was going to double Squire, but might as well Noble instead. With only one swamp, when you're stuck on one color, you definitely want to try and play that color when you can. And then here, I'm going to go Trap, or try, see if this works. Activate Brute. I'm going to just send in the Brute. I know we could send in the Noble and maybe they wouldn't block because of threat of activation, but I really want to Ritual all of these dudes. Mike liked the Brute swing. I get the Trapped down first, but Mike's line makes some sense too. Do we have multiple stuff to do here? Not really. I'm going to go do Mike's line this time, though. Well, we could just Ritual. They're not really showing anything for the Ritual, and it gets them pretty good here. Forces a trade. It's like, how greedy do we want to be? I know 4 lands and 4 cards are not doing anything. I'm not sure what's up with Oppo, but it makes me think they have, if they do have powerful 5 mana plus cards, we want to get them dead, but I don't know what gets them dead fastest here. Let's go Brute. Do you like offering a trade of the tracker for one of these, though? Let's attack and let them trade if they want and build out the board more. I think that makes sense. And not surprising they went with that one. But I'm going to accept that trade because I want to get this Paladin out. So, yeah, we could eat the Squire and make the Noble bigger. But then we can't play the Paladin. I want to play the Paladin, so I'm going to let that happen. Not sure what's up with Oppo. Weird game. Weird game. Weird day. I feel like I've played like crap. I feel like I've been loose and missing lines and not stopping to think about stuff and missing lethal. Like, it's been a rough day in terms of tight play. But here we are with 5 wins. I guess that's magic too. Sometimes your quality of play does not reflect your win count. So we'll take it. All right. Sometimes you get an ugly 5-win event, and I think that's what I would call this one. An ugly 5-win event, but 5 wins is 5 wins, and some science for mama. So, yeah, don't know what to say beyond that. I guess we'll rock the mic like a vandal.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Well, I guess we're just going to be infinite. We should just play on the free-to-play account all the time, because as we come out ahead on gems every event we play, we should just stick to one account, right? Easy. We're just on a good run, and we'll try to remember that next time we're on a bad run. Oh yeah, we could do. Should we do the meme off? Let's say goodbye to YouTubers and then do a meme off of the current memes. Okay. Bye YouTube. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you.